So now is the time to actually create a web form inside your GetResponse account, and then integrate that particular web form into your WordPress website into sidebar, so that people when visit your website can enter their first name and email, so that they can access something valuable which you would be providing absolutely for free at zero cost. So let's dive into that. So let's now jump into the dashboard again, and let's go to settings, or let's actually go to a page. All right, let's actually go to a page. Let's go to page, let's click on add new. And now I'm simply going to type demo page. And as you can see now, just because you have integrated your GetResponse account, you are able to see something over here, which is GR web form. All right. So what you have to simply do is you have to click on this, and there would be a couple of web forms. All right. There will be a couple of web forms. But for you, if you are doing it for the first ever time, you won't see any web form. It might say no web forms. So to create a web form, what you have to do is go back to your GetResponse. What you have to do is go back to your GetResponse and go back to your GetResponse and go to forms and service. Go to your forms and surveys and click on create form. Once you click on create form, simply go down and let those forms get loaded. All right, now you can pick any of these templates. You can pick any of these templates. There are more than 500 plus templates right over here ready to go. All right, so I'm going to use this plain and simple right now for the demonstration purpose. You can select any one of them. Once you select the template, it will load all these fields. So you can add this fields, you can drag and drop up and down. Right, probably I'll have to stretch it like this. I'll have to move this one a little bit down, and then this would go up. Let's bring this up. Let's bring this a little bit up. Now I can type my headline. So whatever, you can write anything. Enter your name or fill in the form below, and the first name and email address. If you want to add phone number, let's say you want to capture phone number as well, you can actually add phone number. So for that, you'll have to create some space, bring this button a little bit down. Let's say you want the phone number, so you can have the phone number tab right over here. Bring this up, and you have a form ready to go. All right, so this is the form. Now let's say I click on save and publish. Oops, a lot of birthday reminders. So I click on save, or let's just save for this. I just want to save this. Now if you can see, there is some settings tab right over here. So I can click on settings and another pop-up will open up. I can actually change the name for this form, which is just for my reference. So I'll say this demo form. All right, just demo form. Now choose list. All right, I'll have to choose a list. Now what is this list actually? This is the list, or you can say actually this is the main thing where all your contact details would be fill in. All right, where all your contact details would be fill in. So it's something like a folder. It's a folder where all your files are getting gathered. So you have a folder, something like, let's suppose if you want this one. All right, this is something which is start a blog today. So you are gathering people who are interested in getting access to this starting a blog guide. So you want to categorize that into blogging categorization. So you always want to see into GetResponse that what all people are interested in blogging, who all have accessed my blogging guide. So that complete list would be inside one folder. All right, or it's actually known as campaign or list. So that list name is something which you need. Now for that, you actually have to create a campaign. Now, why do you create different campaigns? Let's say on my blogging, or on my blog, I have this landing page as well. So right over here, as you can see, I have this digital marketing guide where I am capturing once again name and email address. So I want to now categorize people who are interested in digital marketing guide. I don't want to club this and blogging people all together. I want separate folders. So I want separate campaigns. So for this particular thing, I have to create separate campaigns. All right. So depending upon your business requirements, your needs, you'll have to create and you'll have to get different campaigns. So once again, let's go back to our GetResponse, and we have saved this particular thing. Let's save and publish. We'll come back and edit it because we'll have to select the campaign. So for this, we'll once again go back to dashboard. Let's go back to get dashboard so that I can show you from the beginning. So the first step which you need to do is, before creating a web form, now I intentionally created this web form so that you get to know what you actually need to do in the first place. What difficulties will you face if you create a web form directly? So the first step, if you want to write it down, the first step is to create your email marketing campaign, all right, or your list. So how do you create a campaign? You simply go to your contacts, or probably the interface has changed completely. So you go into contacts, and right over here it says create list. So earlier in the older version it used to say create campaign. Now it is create list. So I'm going to click on create list and I can just enter the name. So this is like demo space error campaign or error list. All right. Now, why I have mentioned this name, I'll let you know in a while. So as soon as I click on create, what it says the name contains invalid characters. You can use lowercase English alphabet, characters, minus and underscore. All right. So only these things can be used in a campaign list name. You cannot use anything else. So just because I have used space, it's not allowing me to go further. And that's the reason why I intentionally named it demo error list. All right, so now I'm going to correct it and I'm going to say demo let's say underscore correct list. All right, and let's click on create. So now it will allow me to create this campaign. So now I have this campaign or this list created for myself. Now I'll go back to the forms. So let's go into forms and surveys. And the second step which you need to do is create a web form. All right, so I have already created that web form. So for me, this was the web form which we have created just now, October 10th. All right, so I'm going to click on this. And now I'm going to go into settings. I'm going to go into this name because we didn't change it. So it's like this demo web form. And I'm going to change this to our newly created list, which was demo correct list. So now all the details, so the form which we have just created, if we now put this into our website, which we'll do in a while, and when people actually enter the name, email and phone number, those particular details of people or visitors will be collected into this particular list, which is demo correct list. Next, you have this confirmed opt-in. So I made you understand the difference between opt-in and double opt-in, all right, earlier. So that is what you have to understand over here, guys, opt-in and double opt-in. So I guess I might have a video over here for you guys. Let me just search for that on my YouTube channel if I can have that. So let me search for opt-in versus double opt-in and digital Pratik. I might have that video. If I have, I'll play that right now. All right. Yes, I guess I do have that. Yes, indeed, I have that. So that's the one. Oops, there is an advertisement. Let's just skip that in 5 seconds to 1 and 0. Yes, I do have this single opt-in and double opt-in, which I'm nicely explaining in 5 minutes on the board, like this. All right, step by step, everything right over here. What happens when it is single opt-in and what happens when it is double opt-in. So let me just play this particular video right now, and in 5 minutes you will be all clear once again and revising the concept of single opt-in and double opt-in. Let's understand single opt-in and double opt-in. In this video, I'm going to teach you that what is the difference between a single opt-in and a double opt-in and what actually is an opt-in. Let me first dive into opt-in. So let's suppose you're surfing on internet and you go to a website, and on that website, let's say it's offering a free video, alright, a free 3-part video series. Let's assume they are providing 3-part video series for free, and they are asking you to enter your name and your email over here. And when you opt in for the name and an email, you basically get redirected to a different page where you might get access. I'm saying you might, there is a reason, and that is where single and double opt-in comes into picture, and which I'll be telling you in a while. So first and the foremost thing which you are doing as a visitor or as a prospect, basically the AC is off over here, so I'm sweating, but I'll provide you value in the best possible manner. Alright, so the name and an email over here which is going through and which you are actually entering for accessing this video series is being accessed by the business owner. So you are giving your information in exchange for the video series which they are giving you for free. But what happens over here when you are entering the details? When you are entering the details go into an email marketing automation system of the business owner, and you get an email instantly. Alright, so assume that you are getting an email where you are being said that here is an ebook. You might be receiving a thank you email. Alright, you might receive a thank you email when you are entering the name and an email, and you will be redirected to a page where you might get access to this 3 video series. Alright, you might get access of 3 video series straight away over here on the next page as soon as you enter your details. And at the same point in time, you are receiving a thank you email as well, in which there would be a link which will once again redirect to this page. So what is the activity which you are doing as a visitor? You as a visitor are actually doing a single activity. That is, you are opting in for something. You are opting in for this video series which is absolutely for free. So that is what is single opt-in. You as a visitor or visitors are actually basically doing only single activity to opt in for the video or for the free value which is being available. Alright. Let's assume the second scenario where you are entering your name and an email, and when you are receiving an data over here, and that data is not actually the thank you email. You might be receiving an email, and you might have experienced this. When you are entering something over here and you receive an email wherein it would say, hey, thank you for entering your detail, please click on the link to confirm your subscription. Alright, and at the same point in time you will be redirected to a page where it might say, hey, please go ahead and check your email, there would be a link, please confirm your subscription, and then you will be accessing the detail. So in that case, what will happen is you won't get access to the free value. Instead, this we can call as a confirmation page. This is just our terms. These are not marketing terms. This is just for understanding purpose. We are giving this terms. Alright. So confirmation page, and we can say this email to be something like confirmation email. So let's call this CE, confirmation email. And when what happens is you get redirected to this, and this link over here, the link which is there in your email over here, this link actually when being clicked gets redirected to a separate page where you get access to the value which is being provided over here. So you get 3 video series access over here. So this you can say as a thank you page, and that thank you page when being accessed and when being clicked inside, you also receive a separate email again. You receive the second email which is the thank you email. Alright, and within that thank you email you will receive one link as well which will redirect now to this particular page. Alright, so this is what, as a visitor, you have done one activity over here, and second activity is inside the email which you are clicking to confirm the subscription. So you are doing 2 activities, which is double activity, and that is where you are being said that you have double opted for something. All right, so it's a confirmed subscription, then onwards. All right, so now we are back, and I hope that you now have the idea between the single opt-in and the double opt-in. So first we're going to see how our form will act upon our website when it is single opt-in. All right, single opt-in, that means we don't have to, or the subscriber doesn't have to confirm their subscription. They'll straight away get what they are looking for. So let's just uncheck this. If we are checking this, then it would be double opt-in. If we are not, then it would be single opt-in. All right, and leave these as it is. All right, we'll go into the choose thank you page and already subscribed URL, things like that later on. So for the time being, let's save this. All right, we have saved this, and now let's save and publish. Once we hit save and publish, it will give us some code right over here. So it will give us the option, three different options to publish this web form to our website. So first option is I'll install the form myself, in which we just have to simply copy this code. So it's still loading. Let's refresh the page. At times it happens. Technology, you see. All right. So I don't know why this is not coming up. Maybe Adobe Flash Player. There is something wrong with the Adobe Flash Player. All right. Anyways, I'll just double click and copy the entire thing. All right. And now we'll go back to our WordPress dashboard, and we will go. Let's actually look into the front end of the website, and let's see how it looks like right now before we actually add the form. So let's assume that you want to add that particular form on the sidebar right over here. Then how do you do that? For that, you simply go to your appearance, widgets, and inside the widgets, you will just drag and drop one by default widget, which is known as text. Now this particular thing will be available for 99% of the themes available on WordPress because it's by default. So text will just drag and drop it across the sidebar widgets right on the top or wherever you wish to have. All right, so I'll keep it on the top and I'll paste that code which I just copied in the text form. All right, whatever code you get, wherever from this point onwards, if you are brand newbie and if you are not aware about this particular thing, then from this point onwards, always remember one thing: whenever you get some code for integration between two different platforms, and if it is WordPress on the other end, always make sure that you copy the code inside text form. All right, most of the times like script and HTML code and all those. If you have a short code, then it would be in the visual tab. All right, so remember this small little things. Obviously, as you move further and as you have your hands on WordPress, you'll get to know all these things slowly and steadily, because like it's a learning phase. Learn, apply and share. So I've just done this. I'll click on save. Don't worry about this fixed to widget. You won't have this because I have added a separate plugin for that, and that is out of the course. So let's save this particular thing and let's refresh our blog right over here, and let's see if we are able to see anything on the right hand side right over here or not. So it's loading something right over here, which will be the form, and there you go. Can you see this? So I have a web form on the right hand side. But now this is a little bit out of size for me. So if my theme allows, I can actually change the size, which probably I am not able to see any option. So this would be an unfortunate one for my theme. All right, so basically you can resize this, but then you will have to have some coding knowledge, which I personally don't have. All right, I personally don't have this coding knowledge, so I don't know how to do this, but let's see if we can have anything of the resizing option inside GetResponse itself. So let's go back to our forms, and this is the form which we just uploaded. Let's click on edit form. And do we have any size kind of thing? Source, origin. Let's click on layout over here. I don't know why GetResponse is loading a little bit slow today. Alright, so form width. There you go. I can actually resize the form width. So let's do this 300, and in item spacing a little bit less. Let's actually do something like this. And now this is looking pretty decent. Type is embedded, pop over, scroll form. So I'll go into this later on. So embedded is fine. You can obviously go into styles and color, change the background color. Let's do it blue, if we can have it blue. Right. Obviously, I don't want to do this. These are like basic stuff, guys. You can do all of these things. I don't want to go into the editing part because I'll have to waste my time doing all of those things, which is pretty simple and explanatory, self-explanatory. So I'll close this. Let's once again save and publish. And this time you don't have to once again paste the code. It's by default integrated. So let's simply refresh this page and let's see if the changes are being reflected or not. Yes, it does. So the size of the web form has now reduced and it is a little bit inside, still not to the perfect form. So I'll once again go back to manage forms and let's reduce the width to probably 200 and it should be good to go. Let's once again go to edit form. See, you can see the visits as well. We visited the web form twice. So you can actually do the analysis as well. So I'll select the form, click on layout and let's see, this is 200, and obviously then we'll have to change the size of this as well, which is right over here. Let's decrease the size. Okay, so now this is looking cool. Save and publish and let's see if it works or not. If it doesn't, obviously you can change it. Let's refresh the page. And boom. So now it's pretty decent. Alright, but see, check this out. This is going up, but don't worry. This is just the panel which is there for me when I'm logged in as an admin. If you open this up in an incognito mode, let's see if it has any thing on the top or not. Just having a sip of water. Cool. So now we have something over here. When we scroll up, everything is fine, pretty well. Glad that you made it till this point, and I'm super excited for you to give you value. So right over here, as you can see, this is the video which you need to see next right now at this moment. And if you still not have, then do hit the subscribe button which is right over here, and let me know what do you think about this video and what other value stuff you want from my end on daily basis. Comment below this video and I look forward to see you in this one.